Hello everybody, it is Randy, your king of solar screens since 2004. How in the world are you this morning? Last Thursday, of course, we had some technical difficulties doing our live shot with the big man on campus here, Steve, with 32 below. So today we're just going to do a static 10-minute video for you do-it-yourselfers, because after all, we want to make sure when you get a solar screen, obviously we're blocking all the heat, but when Steve comes by, he's going to tell you exactly what's wrong with your unit. But there's a little bit of maintenance that we as homeowners can easily do without fear of hurting anything. And that's exactly what we've asked Steve to show us today. Steve, take it away. What should we as homeowners do with our exterior unit to help prevent, I don't know, high electric bills, breakdown, whatever the case?
Yay, good morning everybody. Happy Monday. So, things you can do as a homeowner to help your system cool better, prevent high electric bills. Number one is maintenance. Maintenance. First done by a professional in March, April, May, before it gets too hot.
That makes sense.
That and change your filters. Change your filters. If you have a 1-inch filter and a return, those need to be changed every month or as needed. It could be if you have heavy construction around the house, you're noticing a lot of dust in the house because of construction around the area, Sahara and dust. You need to change that filter as needed. But if you're doing it once a month, you're probably going to be okay.
I like that.
So on a maintenance that we do, 22-point check, we take the top off, very important, and flush the coils out. That is very important for heat transfer of the system. And we got chickens flying around.
We sure do. Look at that. She wants to get in the video,
Yeah.
I think.
And so take the top off and flush out the coils. That's what we do. That's something we don't recommend for every homeowner to do. Some homeowners that can do that. You got a fan here that if you don't know what you're doing and the system is on, it could be very bad. It could take some digits off or some limbs. But we take it off, flush it out, also from the outside. And all you want to do is use plain water. Plain water is the best thing to use. A lot of units now have a sticker on it that say flush with water only. In very, very few cases do we want to use a solution on it. And if you do, you got to make really sure that you get that solution off so it doesn't damage the fins, the coils. Something that you can do in at home in the summer is every month when you change that filter, take your water hose just with dump pressure and just spray at the top. And it doesn't matter if it's running or not. These sit in the rain the whole time. Flush all the way from the top all the way down, all the way around the unit. You could do it on a unit like this. You could also do it in a unit like this. You start at the top and just go all the way down. Okay, that is two things you can do there. And if you see white spots on your coils like this, that's oxidation, and that is just going to happen in our area. Usually around 18 years old, it's going to happen. That reduces heat transfer, so your system's not going to cool as well. Your compressor's going to run hotter. You can have high electric bills, so that's something to be aware of. Okay, and flushing your coils every month will help keep that at bay. Okay, this is American Standard. American Standard has a different type of coil. Looks like a artificial Christmas tree with aluminum wrapped around it. Very easy to clean, very easy to flush out, and because those fingers are so open, American Standard Train doesn't seem to get oxidation as bad as other units. But maintenance, change your filters, those are two things that you can do to keep us at bay. But first of all, maintenance by a professional. The other thing is drain lines. Extremely important, especially with new homes that the drain line goes in under the bathroom sink. What we need to do is vacuum that out every spring. We don't want water coming through your ceiling, just like you don't want water coming through your ceiling, which can cause thousands of dollars of damage. Ruin your furniture when everything drops on it. Sheetrock, fiberglass, insulation, all that stuff. And what we do is take the black hose off from under the sink, vacuum out the drain line, and then vacuum the P-trap under the sink as well. And as long as you do that, you have very, very few drain line issues. That combined with a inline float switch. And if anybody knows me, you know I'm an inline float switch guy. You probably hear me get tired of me mentioning inline float switch if you don't have them. They're extremely important. A little device can save you thousands of dollars in damage.
What is that inline float switch? What does it do for us?
So inline float switch is we cut the main drain line and we glue it in there, then we wire it into the system. I like to wire it in where the outdoor unit shuts off. The indoor unit will still run, but it shuts off this outdoor unit. If this outdoor unit is running, your compressor's running, it's producing water. And so it'll make it where the outdoor unit shuts off. It will start getting warm in the house. You would go up there, look at see if there's a ton of water in that little float switch. And then if there was, you'd call us out, we'd clear it out, and you're good to go. But by doing what we do, by vacuuming that drain line and having an inline float switch, we have very, very few drain line issues because of that.
I like that. Now, of course, I'm blessed. I get to see a lot of homes every week doing window screens and solar screens. I notice a lot of homeowners are starting to put like this netting around. Is that a safe thing? I mean, does that do anything or does it hurt?
It actually hurts. You don't want to put anything around these coils. You want this system, you're in air conditioning, you're transferring heat from inside the house to outside the house. That's why you feel hot air come out the top. That's the heat from your home that you pulled from outside or inside and transferring to the outside. It can't be destroyed, it can only be moved. And so you're just taking it, putting it out here. So that's a very good question. You want the coils around here to be as open as it can be, like this. If you have bushes around here, weeds, you need to keep those trimmed from around here because we want that air coming in and transferring that heat. And especially if you have rose bushes, cactus, holly bushes, you definitely want to keep those from around the unit because they stick the AC guy and he's probably not going to do as good of a job as he can because he's getting stuck everywhere from thorny things.
And a guy like me who never wears pants,
Exactly.
that would rip my legs apart.
Exactly.
Good thing I'm in the windows, not the AC.
Right?
I like that. You had mentioned during our live video that there is actually a covering that we should or could use on the top that you had mentioned getting off of Amazon. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so there is a cover that you can get off Amazon. It's a condenser AC, I believe in Amazon it's called condenser AC cover. It's a very open mesh that bungees down to each side. $24.99 on Amazon. And so if you are in an area, you've got lots of oak leaves or whatever leaves, pine needles, dropping into your unit, you can put that on there. And that doesn't harm the system. Okay, that particular thing doesn't. Now, if you're putting a tent, like was going around Facebook, putting a tent over, well, that causes problems. That cover, the air comes through and keeps going up. With the tent, what that does is it goes up, hits the top, comes back down, and is recirculated back into the unit. So now you have very hot air coming out the top, hitting the tent, going back in, getting hotter again, and so that's going to cause problems. So the mesh cover that I'm talking about, I had it on my unit. We had a tree over our unit. We've since cut it down, but I tested it, amperage, refrigerant, everything. I saw no difference. very wide. Again, the air can escape. I didn't see any difference, but you don't want to put a tent. These things, they're made to be in the sun. That's what they do. Now, if you can give it shade somehow, it does help, but you don't want it to recirculate back into the unit. That can take out a compressor.
And when we did our live shot, I had talked about the filters that we buy, which I believe is made by Honeywell. It says 90 days, but you were quick to say maybe not 90 days.
Definitely not.
Why is that?
Yes, definitely not. So, first of all, there is tons of construction around Houston. Any area you're in around Houston, you've got construction. We're right here close to 45 South and 45. We know it'll never be done. They're always working on it, but there's a lot of construction. Even just the traffic going up and down 45, that's stirring up dust and stuff that goes airborne, gets in the unit. Excuse me.
It's an elder thing.
Yes, yes.
Oh, I had to pull that one out. I'm sorry, Steve.
I haven't had out my coffee yet.
Uh-oh.
But the filters. Yes, you want to keep those filters clean. It's very important to keep those filters clean. If you see dust and dirt in your home, we have the Saharan dust. I don't know, it still might be lingering around. That gets into your home. Construction dust, all that. The cleaner you can keep your filter, the better it's going to be able to remove heat from the home. Where your filter goes, that's where the air is sucked into the house through the system where it extracts the heat from the air and goes in the refrigerant lines, and that's where it's transferred here out to the outdoors. So by keeping your filter clean, you're going to keep issues from happening. If you've got a dirty filter, and that's one of the main things we see when it's very hot outside, people are having to call is because of dirty condenser pools and dirty filters all day long. When it's 95 plus, that is one of the most common calls we're going to see is issues like that, and it's just lack of maintenance, changing your filter and flushing out the spools. So make sure you have a very good filter. Along with the filter, if you don't have enough return air, that's critical. And in so many houses I see, there's not enough return air. And it's very critical, because if you don't have enough, that can cause the system to freeze up. That can cause blower motor, blower wheel issues, high electric bills. The system's not going to cool as well. It can't extract the heat from the home as well. So that is going to be a big thing. Make sure you have enough return air. Especially when you're getting a new system installed, make sure they're looking at that, because that's only going to help you. In a lot of cases, we have people that say, hey, I got 2 rooms that aren't cooling well. And one of the first things I look at when I go into a home is the return air and judge what they've got going there. In a lot of cases, after we put in more return air, those rooms are fine now. It's just like a car. You got to have the gas to go in to get the output to be able to travel.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Or a dirty carburetor. I use that a lot. I tell people about a dirty carburetor. If you've got a dirty carburetor, it doesn't matter how much you press the gas, it's going to stall out when you need it the most on a hot day. And so if you don't have enough return air, you got a dirty carburetor, and that is going to cause a lot of problems.
Chickens around here are like pets.
Good morning there, our little chicken.
Well, fantastic. As you guys just witnessed right here live, our AC unit turned on, ran for probably 5 minutes, and then shut off. I like that, because one of the biggest things I hear in this industry is my AC turns on at 7, 8 in the morning and it never shuts off. And I believe truly that solar screens block literally all of that sun's heat, UVs already. But just what Steve just advised, I make sure our filters are changed every 30 days. When I mow once a month, I come out and I always wash this down. And especially I make it part of when I'm out here watering the garden. That way the dust, the pollen, and all that goes away, because you're right, I-45 is right around the corner, and we have 200 acres of trees behind us, so we get a lot of dust and pollen. So I love that advice.
And chicken screens.
And of course chicken scratch, yeah, maybe chicken feathers.
And that's another thing, not to interrupt, but solar screens. Solar screens are a great way to cut down the heat load into your home. Blocks the sun, and I believe you have 80% screens that you want, if you still want the sun to come in and light up your home. There is 80% screens that do that and not block out all the sun.
That's right.
But solar screens, great way. That cuts down, if you don't have solar screens, the sun is pounding inside, and that is a heat gain into your home. And that's going to make your AC work harder. So if you have solar screens, cutting that down, that's decreasing that heat gain into the home. Your system's not going to run as much or as often as if you didn't have it. So solar screens are a great way to complement your AC and help cut the heat in the summertime, as well as attic insulation. That's another huge one. But solar screens is a very affordable way. At $60 per screen, that is a great way to help your system and help your house.
It makes sense. I agree. Well, folks, there you have it. Plain water, clean your coals once a month, keep the dust, the pollen, the dirt off of it. Now the big unit is turned down. So now the other side of our house, that one's a little bit noisy. Fresh water only, no soaps, no bleaches, nothing heavy. Check your filter. It'll help prevent you guys from having to call guys like Steve, which I still want you to call Steve, but it will help cut down on that need. And with that said, Steve, thank you so much for joining us. Please tell the world who you are and where you work at here in the Houston area, so we can call you up.
So we're 32 Below Inc. out of Lamar. Steve McKenzie is the other owner of Stephanie Andrews, my other half. We are here in Lamar. Our number is 832-888-3428. Give us a call. We'd be happy to do a tune-up for you, or need proposals for new systems, maintenance, have air conditioning not cooling. Give us a call. We're here.
And folks, as we've done now this is our second week, for all of you who order a dozen screens or better from me, I'm going to give you a voucher that we're paying for, the King of Solar Screens, to have Steve come out and do a 22-point checkup, absolutely free. It's a $99 value. It is our gift to you for maintaining your home and watching your electric bill go woo, sweetly down, baby. Steve, thank you so much. You guys be blessed. We'll see you next time.